Well, it started out with Nirvana and then transitioned to a lot of classic stuff since I met John, and his father was influenced by a lot of classic things. Then I moved on to English bands like Radiohead, um, Arctic Monkeys are really good. Yeah, I guess that would be like major influences. When I first encountered music, I was probably like 5 years old when my dad listened to old vinyl records of Beatles, and then it just came out when I came to this country, and then I picked up an instrument, and from there on, I'm in the band with you guys. Well, I guess there was too many, but I guess my favorite experience was recording the first album. That was definitely an achievement, and I'm still proud of it to this day. I guess I would say my favorite experience would be recording the first album, and that was an achievement that I'm still proud of today. It was called We Are Us, and it's still online, and you guys could listen to it anytime. Yeah. When I picked up a guitar, of course I was influenced by guitar players like Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I love the classical things. And then now I'm more of a melodical player. I'd like to hear melodies and little layers on top of guitars. So I wasn't very technical, but it's up to the guitarists themselves. If that's what makes them feel happy, what they play, then go ahead with whatever you feel like playing, and it'll get you somewhere, I guess, in life. With the Dream Today, I felt like it would be more of an EP type of feel. So most of the stuff wasn't overproduced. I mean, there was just one big take in a studio. So I mean, to the table, what I brought is probably the melodies that I had came up with in the short period that we had working on it. So yeah, that was probably the thing. First Move, and that would be the song that I wrote, I guess. I mean, we all wrote everything on the song. It's just the initial part. Well, for now, I'm using a bunch of analog pedals, I guess, and overdrives, and recently purchased a low wattage amp, a Vox, and that overdrives very nicely. So that would be the equipment, and I'm using a Fender guitar, Stratocaster. Yeah. And it's never been a theoretical type of, I guess, process. It's always been whatever my hand and the chords take me, and I'll hear a kind of a melody in like a little chord progression, and then once I hear that melody, I try to come up with more chords that would complement it. So and then it just becomes bigger and bigger, like rolling a snowman, I guess. So that's the process. Well, the next few songs we're gonna be working on. I don't know, wherever it takes us. I don't have a plan, but I'd like to really develop it. Well, I can't say like whenever we're creating anything, we're looking for a sound. It just kind of sort of happens. So it's not like we set out to, play harder songs and more danceable feel. We just come up with ideas, and whatever happens there, it happens, and that's how it's gonna sound. When I write, I start out on the electric guitar, and the acoustic is just it's nice when you're like creating when you're playing chords on it, but I kind of like to hit a couple of strings and make some sort of a harmonic sound, and I use electric guitar. That's the primary instrument. Yeah. I tried piano. What else did I try? Yeah, drums weren't successful. No, I had actually picked it up when I was a kid, and then it never happened. So It was just a guitar. Right now, I think Dream Today is a pretty accomplished song. I think there we've, it's simple enough and doesn't need a lot of parts. So I think that's the song that I wouldn't consider, like wouldn't think needed anything else. So that would be the song, yeah. Well, I'm still working on it. You know, it's like I can't even say it's complete. So I don't know. It's a slide solo, but it's not nowhere where I want it to be. So I can't be proud of it right now. Yeah, the slide is definitely has a different sound. Yeah, it's a very unique sound, and it captures a lot of people, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I love the slide. I try to get as many different sounds out of a guitar as you possibly can, naturally, without, you know, running it through a synth. But slide is definitely, I guess, a euphoric type of ethereal sound. You know? I get more sustain on the metal slide for those parts that kind of stay in the air for a while.